Hello and welcome back to our history class, my dear students. Let us discuss a new lesson today, new ideas and new religions. Today let us discuss the Upanishads and the teachings of the Upanishads and causes of the growth of new religious ideas, rigid caste system, complex rituals, growth of towns and cities, and language. First, let's see the Upanishads. The term Upanishads literally means sitting close to or sitting down near. It refers to a time when students sat near the teacher or guru in a quiet place in their ashram to learn sacred teachings known only to a select few. The Upanishads are a set of books written in the Sanskrit language. They are mostly written in the form of dialogues or debates between the teachers or the sage and the students or the disciple. The Upanishads were composed during the later Vedic age that extended from 1000 BCE to 600 BCE. There are more than 200 Upanishads. Some of the important ones are Aitareya Upanishads, Taittiriya Upanishads, Chandogya Upanishad and Kathopanishad. All these works were regarded as Shrutis or texts that were believed to be told to the author by God. Teachings of the Upanishads. The Upanishads talk about two main concepts, the Brahman and Atman. Brahman refers to the universal soul, while Atman deals with the individual self. When a person dies, his Atman or soul is reborn as it is confined to the cycle of birth and death. The Atman can attain moksha or freedom from the cycle of death and rebirth by finally uniting with the Brahman. This can be achieved if one has the proper knowledge, good conduct and right belief. Through the practice of meditation and recitation of verses, the Upanishads claim that one could attain knowledge about the supreme truth. The Upanishads also taught that a person should be compassionate, generous, honest, courageous, and should have self-control. Through stories, commentaries, dialogues, and questions and answers, the Upanishads reveal many basic truths of life. By the beginning of the Common Era, 6 schools of philosophy emerged in ancient India. These were known as Samkhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Purva Mimamsa and Vedanta or Uttara Mimamsa. These 6 systems have been developed over many centuries by great sages or philosophers like Kapila, Patanjali, Gautama, Konada, Jamini and Vyasa, respectively. Though each of these philosophies seem distinct from each other, they are in sync with their understanding of truth. In India, these philosophies are important sources of knowledge and even today continue to guide intellectual discourse. Causes for the growth of new religious ideas. Rigid caste system. During the later Vedic age, society was clearly divided into 4 castes or varnas, namely the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas and the Sudras. People belonging to each caste were assigned well-defined functions. The Brahmanas enjoyed a superior status over all castes, as the knowledge of the Vedas was limited only to them. They were the only caste that could perform rituals and sacrifices. The Kshatriyas were ranked next to the Brahmanas. They were the rulers and belonged to the warrior caste. They had become powerful with the expansion of the Mahajanapadas and the rise of kingdoms. The Vaisyas were the merchant and trading class. With the expansion of towns and cities, they gained in wealth but were still low in the social ladder. The Sudras were regarded as the menial caste and were expected to serve the upper caste. They were denied certain privileges enjoyed by the 3 upper castes. The Sudras could not study the Vedas and could not wear the sacred thread. The caste system in the later Vedic period had become rigid and inflexible. People could not change their caste. This often led to conflict between people belonging to different castes. The Kshatriyas resented the supremacy of the Brahmanas. The Vaishyas wanted to have a high social position. The Sudras wanted better treatment and equality. They were all looking for a new religion that would improve their position in the society. Complex rituals. With the passage of time, sacrifices and rituals became a complex and expensive affair. They lost their original simplicity. Blind superstitions and irrational beliefs had crept into the society in the name of religion. Moreover, these rituals could only be performed by the Brahmanas. Most of the Vedic sacrifices demanded sacrifice of animals as a part of the ritual. However, with the growth of the agrarian economy, pastoral animals like cows and bullocks were valuable to the farmers as the animals helped in agriculture. The farmers disliked the killing of cattle in Vedic sacrifices. Growth of towns and cities. The use of iron facilitated the growth of towns and cities. With this emerged new social groups like merchants and traders who enjoyed great wealth but still had a low social status and were regarded as inferior. Earlier, these merchants traded through barter. Now they began to use coins in trade. Some of the older people disliked the use of coins. They wanted a new religion that would encourage a simple lifestyle. Language. During the Vedic period, all the religious texts, hymns and mantras were composed in Sanskrit, which the common people failed to understand. They wanted a simple religion and a simple language. All the above circumstances were thus best suited for the growth of new ideas and new religions. Around this time, in the 6th century BCE, two great preachers, Vardhaman Mahavira and Gautama Buddha, were born. Their teachings led to the emergence of two religious sects, Jainism and Buddhism. We shall discuss Jainism and Buddhism in detail in the next video. For now, let us conclude our class for today. Thank you.